because they're growing cultures of bacteria that ain't even been identified yet. You got some of them that they can identify, but most of these bacteria that they're finding inside of these synthetic breast formulas, baby milk formulas, they can't even identify the bacterial strands that's in them. So they had to recall all baby formula, y'all. I mind you, I'm working on my own baby formula that has been getting turned down for the last 4 years by the FDA. Oh, we. You see what I'm saying? So now this is forcing us to start making our own baby formula, which I got the formula. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna type the formula up, how to make it naturally, and I'm gonna shoot out a massive email. So make sure if you want that baby formula, and if you need that baby formula, you hit us up at questions@yakiawaken.com. And when you hit us up, we're gonna send back a mass email giving you the actual baby formula and how to mix it up and then ratio it out and all of that. But check this out: U.S. to boost baby formula import to ease nationwide shortage about after ABOC nutrition recall.
Okay, now he's all about where fruits. You just, fruits and not, fruits is what really heals you. But man,
See that? Biden and lawmakers rush to address formula shortage. Republic
we were never. I mean, we were never supposed to be doing
sharpening their
milk.
midterm message attack Biden on the baby formula shortage. It ain't just fake baby food, because that's all these baby formulas is anyway. Got nitrogen, acid, all types of crazy stuff in there that you're not supposed to be putting in your baby's body,
Yeah.
in your baby's temples anyway.
No,
But
not supposed
notice
to.
that he is forcing us, or she, however you identify with the creator, he or she is forcing us to start having our mothers use that breast again, for that baby can get that right colostrum, for that baby can get that oxytocin release,
Look,
for that baby can get that
listen. What I'm trying to say is this. Now, when he says I'm saying that the universe is forcing us to leave the system alone because it was never supposed to. We was never supposed to go by the system, right? We was never supposed to live by the system. So now it's really, really forcing everybody to really eat right. You really got to eat right because you know it's important, but it's also making us where because okay, like if you really look at it, we're everybody's doing their own thing. Like he's doing his thing, what he's supposed to do. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, but we're all working to get away from the evil. We're all working to get away from this evil that not even has us, but we can see it now. And we're just saying, okay, you just go over there while we go here. That's what my thing is about. His is about the foods. The foods. Formula, everything. I'm talking about everything. You know what I mean? So we have to have him the promise that he don't even know I exist. There's a lot of people that are doing what they supposed to do, and we're all going to be connected, and we're all going to be connected in the end. But I'm the one that crosses people over to the place that he would have to eventually be in anyway. His whole family that he picks would have to be in the promised land. Your people would have to go into the promised land because when we're talking about separating, we're talking about separating from everybody. Even the family members that are in the system, you would have to kind of get away from them. But however, there is two different promised lands, you know. There's two different promised lands. There's a public promised land where your family who maybe took the food home, you'll be able to monitor them there. But then there's a private promised land. That's where we will be at, where because we have to monitor. I don't want to get murdered by these people that's about to turn into whatever they're gonna turn into. I don't want to be around these people. So that's what I'm saying. That Dave Jones, please, you're gonna have to do the right thing. But to my subscribers, please email Dave Jones so that, and he's a white man. That don't let that name through. Just type in Dave Jones, LAWA.org. Go ahead, find his email and look at him. Blonde hair, blue eyes, old man. Been 22 years he been holding the resources. So people that came before him been holding the resources for Dave Jones. Now Dave Jones, it's time for him to go. He can do whatever he do, but you have to hand over that portion of the airport to me because I'm the one that's working. That's working to cross the people over. he's doing his job about the nutrition. See, we're all working together that we have to cross people over, and we have to live right, live right, and do right by our bodies, do right by our soul, right? Because our soul is screaming out that we have to get out and travel and see our families. And who would stop you from that? The mayor. The mayor and his resources is stopping you because obviously, I mean, damn, they have the resources. And if they're giving me a hard time in handing it over, then yes, those are the criminals that you have to focus on. It's like, no, you don't give Kathy, you don't give me a hard time. You hand it over immediately because you're not doing good with it, are you? No, you're not. You're not doing good with it. What you doing with it? What? Did we? What is he talking about? Everybody's stuck in hell because of the mayor's office. Yeah, see, okay. Everybody's stuck in hell because of the mayor. The president, the governor, is all counting on the mayor to continue to keep doing this. But if you tell the mayor, okay, you can continue to do what you're doing, but you gotta have a certain portion for us to get away from you because we have that right. If you are criminal to us, you can't be around us. We can't buy no food from your store. We can't go to your clinic. We can't eat your foods. We can't buy we don't want your formula. We were supposed to breastfeed anyway. How did we get on formula? I don't know. But no, we do know. Because we allowed them to be in our lives, to take over our resources. And we fought to the death in the gutter wars, but we stopped. And that was the death of us. Then Coons came around and kept talking like as if everything was normal, like this is a normal life. No. You have to get to the one that's on the ground, which is the mayor and all of those $5 Indian, white people, Mexican people that's in that office. They don't say hi to them. They say hi, be like, oh hi, what's so high about it? No. You work for the mayor, okay, yeah, you gotta hand over, just let them know, like, you took our resources, and here's a proposal. Here's a proposal, read that proposal. Yeah, we're gonna need a local airport. We're gonna need a section of the local airport to change the airport into the promised land. That's basically what we're doing. We changing the airport to the promised land.
Binding chemistry and hormones. But that baby can get its right sense of humor. But that baby can learn how to teeth taste, learn how to process. All of this stuff happens when the baby is sucking on that nipple. The whole teaching process and what really molds and shapes the personality of the baby outside of the womb, post-pregnancy, is by how that baby suck and latch on to that breast. That teach the baby binding. That teach the baby how to be consistent. That teach the baby how to work and be consistent at working towards something. That teach the baby the sense of being satisfied and being filled. So it is very, very important and imperative that we have that baby on that breast in the first place. And we see that we're going back to the ancient ways because the Creator snatching this shit off the shelves, y'all. Straight snatching it off the shelves. There's a glitch and the matrix is breaking. Hallelujah. Hey, I'm excited. Ashe.
Okay, now, do you want to know why he's excited? Because it's the same thing why I'm excited. When you see the worst of the worst happening to everybody all around you, then there has to be someone that got to come and grab and come and pull you up out of this because it's time to go. And this is what he sees. This is what I'm about, where it's like we got to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that pulls you out, and now we pull each other out. He pulls you out from what you eating right now. That's what I'm saying. Go to his link, look at all his videos, and he'll pull you out of your health, your bad health condition, just like that, like overnight. And it's just all about just eating fruits, and getting you a good water filter. Get a good water filter on your sink, and eat, fruits, vegetables, really. But it's the fruit juices that heals you. You won't have nothing to worry about. But it's other things too. So you got to look at him. So he's about healing you right now, while we focus on getting to the right one that got us fucked up. And we're not talking about the president. Forget about him. In fact, they stand as all criminals because they know what the mayor has done to us. They know that. So since they know, they perpetrate the fraud. For sure, they perpetrate the fraud to everybody. Oh, vote for me. What we gonna vote for when you don't even control shit? It's the mayor that controls it. So you don't, forget voting. Ah, man, what? See, when we get to where we got to get to, even the bad people is going to realize, wait a minute, we weren't supposed to be voting. We're supposed to just tell you what we want. And what do we want? For one, you're not supposed to tell nobody to pay rent unless you're a foreigner. If you are a foreigner, meaning if you're a Caucasian, Mexican, $5 Indian, Arab, you got to pay rent. Yes, because you got to. That applies to you because you're not from this land. You're not from America or South America. Okay, so type in United States Congress Archives, and you will see that the $5 Indians is from Russia and Mongolia, and you'll see how they're starting from Alaska. Well, if you're from Alaska, then you come from Russia. You don't come from here. So anyway, so yeah, so and when the white people came in here, they actually cleared a lot of those Indians out. Those $5 Indians, they killed them, and now they have them working for them, call themselves $5 Indians. And no, you're in the Department of the Interior, where you came into our interior and murdered us. That's why you label it the Department of the Interior, because you went into the interior of a country that's not yours. So now that judgment is upon you, you want to hold on to some shit that's not yours. Now and it's bad on them because Fauci got them. Got to be way went straight to the reservations. That's what they hit first. And and now it's just working its way up to the Caucasian. But this is what he sees. He sees how we are literally moving forward by looking at all of what is the destruction of what's going on, and that they're trying to pull us with it. It's like, no, not gone, no. So you suffering by how you suffering. Type in netmostwanted.com and then you'll see how they really suffering. On Rumble, type in netmostwanted and you will see how they're really, really suffering. And by the end of maybe this year or next year, you don't have to worry about the airport. I'm already gonna be in there because really, it's a force that's happening that we really can't see, but they can see it. They going through it. I don't. It's lovely over here. You know what I'm saying? And it's lovely to the people that I know. Every person that I'm connected to, ain't nothing happening to them. Ain't nothing happening to him. Look at him. He a herbalist.
Shay. Now check this out. Let me just share my screen with y'all for a minute because look, it's more and more stuff about this. It's more and more stuff about this. Check this out, family. And we're gonna get to these questions. I just want to show y'all this stuff. Check this out. What's behind America's shocking baby formula shortage? And these are all articles just talking about the many different reasons why there is a shortage of baby formula. Then you look over here. Let's talk about the H2O, U.S. environmental policy, water scarcity. Just take a shorter shower by Joseph Riek, showing how we are running out of water. Well, y'all are running out of water because I don't drink that type of water anyway. That's H2O. You know what I'm saying? Our ancestors didn't drink that type of water anyway. We're into H3O2. We drink and we eat our fruits. But notice what's on the screen here. Hold on, let's go to another one. Let's go. Let's talk about the food shortage. And before I get to this, let me get off of here because I want y'all to understand what food is. Food is something that builds back up your physical structure, and food is something that gives you energy for your cells or the mitochondria, which is nothing but ancient bacteria, or what we call prokaryotic cells bacteria, uses this energy as fuel to give you something called ATP, which stands for adenosine triphosphate. Not only that, food have phytochemicals and bioflavonoids and biophotons, which is little pieces of fragments of light from the sun and from the atmosphere to feed you millions and millions of years of information to expand your consciousness. So if food is not growing you, if food is not a part of your growth and development, if food is not expanding your consciousness and bringing more light frequencies to the body, then it's not called food. So when you truly look at what food is vital minerals. This is where you get the word vitamins from. It's really vital minerals. The reason why it's vital, because it's important for the body, because the body is made of light, and the only way the light body can maintain and sustain itself is it needs light cold frequencies to bring in these things, to connect with your senses, to connect your nervous system to your body, your parasympathetic, sympathetic nervous system, the autonomic nervous system, intrinsic nervous system, the cardiovascular nervous system, the central nervous system.
Okay, yes. Now, this is a book called Encounters I was telling you about. There was a woman that was abducted. Here's the page. Go to page. It's called They Call Themselves the Planters. Okay, they call themselves the planters. Okay, on page 247. Okay, now in here it's these big tall black men, gingerbread men, but they were really really black. Okay, and they talked just like him, and they were telling in this book they were saying to eat foods high in vibration only in the last days because we coming. They okay, so these this woman got abducted in a spaceship, and she was on top of the spaceship, and she saw millions of different spaceships coming for us. Well, she went inside the spaceship and she saw big, tall black men, and they spoke really, really like it was like soft thunder, but it was wonderful and embrace you on how they talk to you. Well, anyway, they were telling her that we don't, we're not going to really fix your body. You got to come down there. When you go down back to earth, you have to eat foods in higher vibration. Foods, no, fruits and vegetables that are high in vibration and juices and stuff like that. And it talks like him. This man is the same man that picked up that person. So when we're on the celestial boat, we're being judged because we don't lost our minds. Now, when you look at night moon, you'll see you'll see goddess Tawhedet. She'll be on that celestial boat judging everybody. Part of your judgment is what you eat. If you're not eating right in the last days, then he trying to tell you that you're not going to make it because the foods bring demons upon you, brings demons on you, and it carry it, because if you have, if you go vegan, you lose all that weight. That means there's really no room for demons to latch onto you because you ain't, you lost all that weight, and you might say, well, I can't, I gotta eat some chicken or something, I gotta have some meat. We're not, you can go ahead and go cold turkey and then have a little bit of something, a little bit of fried chicken or something to just, wean you off that shit. But you're gonna have to go and just eat fruits and vegetables, but eat it in, eat the chicken and just have a whole bunch of fruits and vegetables, eat that and with some juices, and then, eat some fried chicken, like 2 pieces of fried chicken just to get it out the way. So he's like, okay, I have some fried chicken or whatever. If that's what you got to do, because that's what I had to do to get myself off and just go cold turkey. I'm still, I eat fish and stuff like that because it doesn't make my heart palpitate or anything. But they call themselves the planters, and they said that we're coming, and they were in the Bay Area of California, and they said that we will be coming here around this time because something is going to happen. He's talking about that we're going to be forced to do the right thing of our body so we can heal ourselves and get to the promised land. Now, I'm the one that creates the promised land, of course, and so don't, I'll be there. We will have a place for us to go to, but in the meantime, you got to focus on getting your body right so that you could, you know what I mean? Because you're going to need to get your body right. Because when the shit hit the fan and it's already hit already, that's why they taking off the formula, because they're trying to kill the evil that got us fucked up. That's who they trying to kill. But now we're thinking we need the Similac. We never needed the Similac in the Enfamil. We never needed that. No. In fact, don't ever get a mammogram because when you get one, okay, that's the radiation that causes the breast cancer right there. Why do you think everybody's getting breast cancer? Because they were smashing you, and if they cover you with the plate right here, so you won't get radiation, but this is open and they smash your breast, and that's the radiation right there. So it was the money is in the medicine, not the cure. So that's why you was never supposed to have Enfamil for the baby or Similac. You're supposed to just breastfeed or have the fruit juices for the baby. You're supposed to just only have the baby fruit juices, water, and vegetables and stuff, and put it in a juicer and have the baby to drink it, and that's all the baby's supposed to be living off of.
Things need to be powered up. by electrical magnetic frequencies that come from minerals that you get from the food. So true food is mineralization. Now remember when we went back into the lesson last time, we found out that minerals is, yeah, I'll take that. Minerals is actually a Hebrew word. Min means to be from, or means light, and all means from above, right? So mineral means from the light above, showing you that your food's supposed to come from a light source. And that's the reason why fruits is the most highly energetic food on planet Earth, because these fruits grow on trees that grows closest to the sun, because fruits grow the highest in the sky. And if you look at your more higher growing fruits like mangoes and papayas and things like that, notice these are your most oldest fruits as well. You see that?
Yes.
So in order to have a true food, these foods must have minerals in it. And if these foods do not have mineral from the light above, sunlight cold frequencies due to photosynthesis or chloroplasts or another process that we call iron.
Okay, now I'm going to leave a link so you can see all of that. Now listen, so also too in your house, to clear the air, so that you won't have no, because they saw, they have like, they say, oh, well, we got viruses and all that and stuff. It's like, no, you don't have no viruses. You don't have no viruses. Because it's
getting that from YouTube.
The hell?
Capital A, top expensive creams.
Okay, so you don't have viruses. Now, what you got to do is get you a plant like this plant here to kill all of your see now this goes all the way up, this vine goes all the way up here, and this plant smells just like pine saw. Now some people don't like pine saw. I remember I used to hate the smell of pine saw, but this smells up your whole house, and this is what gets rid of the bacteria in your house. This is what gives see this plant right here, it get rid of the bacteria, in your home. Now this plant and many different plants will be in the purifying the greenhouse basement that's in the Shia facility. In every Shia facility will be a purifying water air conditioning system in your home and in the Shia facility, because that's how the house should be run. It should be run on free water and purifying. Now those plants that I just showed you will be in the air conditioning system on the walls, where the air would blow on these plants that would go up in your house, and you wouldn't have any air, toxins, airs in your home. And then the floor would be paved in gold. Each floor would have to have a gold. The floor would have to be gold in your home, because Now, when I create these homes these are energy sufficient homes where the ground is gold, okay, and or silver or mixed match, whatever. But there's have to be a certain area for that, to where the roof goes up to on that. And then the wall would have to have it where it's like a gold wall, kind of like a chair, like a couch, okay, like a couch gold that's on there. And then you just lay on that. Now what that does is, with the fruits and vegetables that you've been eating, that you're going to be eating, fresh fruits and vegetables, with the gold that you laying on, sleeping on, and the purifying water, I mean, you might end up flying in that house. I'm just saying, you might end up flying and getting all your powers in the house that I'm going to create. I've already created, I already patented the patent. It's in the patent. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So when we get to our Jetsons, when we get to this airport, okay, when we get to it, we're gonna have what we supposed to have. Now here's another one of his videos. Just watch his video. I don't care what it is. Just watch his videos. It's all about nutrition. Okay, so now what's going on is that it's judgment. Ooh, look at this one. This, this one look good.
With reproductive freedom under attack, who can California women count on to defend our rights? GOP endorsed.
It's gonna all have to start with that self-love, but again, we letting people create our environment and putting us in these tanks. I used to have a snake, and I remember when I had this snake, I was like 10 years old, but something caught up to me. It stayed in my consciousness. My mama said, if you don't change the cage and make the cage bigger, the snake won't grow. It will only grow to fit in the cage. And I'm like, dang. So now, I'm 33 thinking about it. If you put somebody in an environment and you limit that environment that you put them in, they only gonna be able to grow to function in that environment.
That's a fact.
Anything outside that environment, they're gonna be unaware of or they're gonna lack the knowledge of. And that's why we're ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Because we are not being privy to the environment. So privy to the knowledge that they're keeping away from us. And that's why I respect you, man, like so much, because you are out feeding the mass.
Okay, now he's talking about the environment. That's the whole point. That's what I'm saying. We have to get back to our environment of what we used to, where we used to be. See, environment means we had freedom to travel. We had freedom to go wherever we wanted to go, just from the drop of a dime, just because it's Tuesday. And I'm talking about from Florida to Maine to Chicago to California to Texas, just because, to South America. That's your environment. That's what we used to do. We used to have the ability to travel. But if you grew up in just thinking that this is all that there is, then you will die. You will just die that way. You will not live. You're not living. We've been dying the whole time. We've been literally the walking dead for like 400 years, right? So now that we're